I hope this is the right path. Hey there everyone, welcome back to a brand new video adventure. Today's video is based on you guys, based on viewer feedback. I recently had dozens of comments stating, yes, I want you to return to this location. The location I'm referring to is something that I stumbled upon and called Tadpole Pond. It was a little body of water that was teeming with wildlife, specifically tadpoles, and I found it when I went searching for the item on Google Maps. And I said, if I get a new long extendable pole, I'd like to return to see what's under the surface, and many of you have agreed with that. So today we're gonna be heading there and we're going to use my extendable selfie stick and see what's below the surface at Tadpole Pond. So if you're curious like I am and want to find out too, you know what to do. Just come along with me. And the way we're getting there today is gonna be a really fun and much easier way, and it's not on foot. It is with my Highboy P6 fat tire e-bike. This is gonna make the journey so much easier and quicker to get there. And I came from a different starting point, which is also a lot shorter than where I went last time. So I'm gonna climb aboard, start pedaling, and we're gonna start moving. I covered so much ground so quickly, I passed the location right out. Pretty sure this is it. Out of my way, birds! I hope this is the right path. Okay, I might be lost, but I know I'm in the vicinity. I think I have to go down this way. All right, that was definitely not it. All right, I gotta turn around and find out where it's at, and I'll be back with you guys in a few moments. All right, I think we're good now. I was on the completely wrong path, and I'm pretty certain this is it. Oh yeah, this is it. Tadpole Pond, we've returned. All right, this is definitely it. Now, sadly, the conditions look much worse than when I was here last time. I was able to at least see a few inches into the water, and this is like the abyss. It's like so black and uninviting. Now, many of you had concerns about me going in the waters of these ponds. This one and the ones we found by the location of the Google Maps item. That was not my intention. I'm not going in the water. I don't know what's in them as far as hazards, wildlife, contaminants, anything at all. A lot of these were created and used during the mining operations. So my only intention is to, there's toads, is to stick the long selfie stick under the surface and to find out what is here. So before we get the underwater action, there is something I do want to talk about really quick. Now, this is regarding comments that were left under the video of me searching for the Google Maps item. There were a lot of comments pertaining to different things. One of them that was really popular, and it was a combination of suggestions, input, feedback, was about the use of a drone. Many people said I should get a drone. Many people said I should have flew the drone out there first to scout out the location, to find out what I was going to be dealing with, to find out what the item was. So let me at least put out there that I do own a drone. I have the DJI Mavic Mini 2, and I've used it numerous times on my channel. There's a reason though I didn't bring it on that adventure. That's because I didn't want to scout it out ahead of time and basically ruin the surprise and take away the element of surprise. If I came to a starting point and flew the drone out there and saw it was a collapsed cabin structure, well, we would already have known what it was without even going out there. Secondly, if I saw that's all it was, I probably wouldn't have went out there anyways, because that's all it was. And if I didn't go, I would have missed all those incredible things we found along the way. The hidden oasis, the mine tunnels, Tadpole Pond here, all of this would have been missed if I didn't take the trek and walk out there and find it for myself. So that's the reason I didn't use a drone. Also, others have mentioned about the use of topographic maps, which are incredibly insightful and helpful, giving you the lay of the land, the geography of it, let you know what you're going to face before you get out there. I, again, chose not to use that for a specific reason. That's because when I do these adventures and go exploring, I like to keep it very basic and simplistic. All I did was use Google GPS on my phone app and kept it very minimalistic, simple, and basic. And that's because I like to do things kind of the old school way. Before all the technology came around with drones and GPS and apps and internet, people that went out exploring just went out and explored. They just walked and see what they discovered. And that's how I like to do things. I like the element of surprise. I like not knowing what's around the next corner. I like being able to face an obstacle and to adapt and overcome it. So those were great suggestions, great input, great feedback as far as the use of a drone and topographic maps, but they don't work for me. If they're for you, that's great. There's nothing wrong with using them. It would make things a lot easier for a lot of people. But I like kind of less is more to me. I like kind of visualizing and anticipating what's going to be around the next bend, what the item might be once we do arrive. And even though that item was, in my eyes, disappointing, the journey itself was fantastic. We got to experience so much more, and it's all because I took the time and the effort to trek out there and to find it with my very own two eyes. So I just wanted to put it out there that if I do other videos in the future like that, if I don't use the drone or topographic maps, there's a reason why. I just like to wing it and see what happens and just kind of take the adventure as it comes. Expect the unexpected, and wonder what's around the next corner. And there's a lot of activity here. The frogs are jumping. But the one thing I may do in the future though is I may bring my drone, and if we do arrive on location, I may throw it up in the air so that way you could see what it looks like from the sky. But just wanted to touch base with everyone who did give their input and suggestions and comments regarding those two things. Obviously can't use the drone here. It is really covered with trees. And that's the other problem we're going to face here, is that there's not much sunlight coming through. So the lack of sunlight is going to make it very dark underwater. This might be a fail. I really don't know. Just because it's so dark and so black, once I get underwater with the camera, we may not see nothing but darkness. really deep. Holy crap. talking to you guys on the phone now. I have the camera drying off. So a couple quick things I want to point out is that the water has a really thick film on the top of it, especially the part right behind me here. When I brought the camera out, it was covered in a layer of like gook. It was kind of nasty. I had to clean it off. So I watched back some of the footage, and as anticipated, it's really dark, murky down there, and surprisingly deep. You know, that selfie stick extendable pole is 7 feet long. And although it was an angle, you know, I was tilting it down, it went down to nearly 5 to 6 feet deep where I was reaching. Might even be deeper in the center. I didn't think it was that deep. But I watched back some of the footage, and it's not a whole lot to see. I know there's some shallower areas where it did pick up and where the sun was shining through, but I think we came just at an inopportune time. If I was here, well, when I was here the last time, when all the tadpoles were here and I had my extendable stick, I know the footage would have been that much better because the whole surface of the water is just teeming with activity and it wasn't as dark and murky. But I don't think it was a loss though, because one thing we discovered is that all those little tadpoles have now kind of matured into baby frogs. I don't know if I got them on camera, but I definitely took some pictures of them with the phone. I even put my finger near one of them just to show size comparison. They're pretty much the size of my fingernail. They're so tiny, but there's thousands of them, and they're just kind of hiding out around the perimeter of the pond. And some bigger matured ones in the back, which you may or may not have got on camera, but they were kind of leaping and jumping. A couple did scream, but I didn't get scared this time. Regardless, it's a beautiful area. I'm glad I was able to return, and hopefully you guys enjoy the return as well. I always like to try to provide the best footage possible, and I can only do so much within my control. Mother Nature overrules me. So when water's cloudy or murky or dark, or the tadpoles have changed into frogs, that's out of my control. But I think I did a pretty good job, at least bringing you back to the area. We got there efficiently with the bike. It was only a matter of minutes rather than, walking forever and ever and ever. And I made so much time so quickly, I actually passed out the trail to get here. I had to backtrack and find my way. But with that being said, I have another adventure in store for today. I'm actually going to be going to locate the source of water that flows into the hidden oasis. You guys just see me there the first time. I did my return underwater swimming, exploring video there with my friend RJ, which I'm still going to return again because those conditions weren't favorable. But many of you are wondering about the source of that water. Well, a couple viewers did tell me about its source, and believe it or not, I didn't even see it on the maps until I actually paid closer attention after they pointed it out. So if you want to see that source of water and see what it looks like and everything like that, well, all you have to do is stay tuned for the upcoming video. If you are new to the channel, I encourage you to subscribe. And if you want to be alerted when the videos do come out, make sure to ring the notification bell. And if you want to see more exploring videos like this one, just check the description down below. To everyone who did comment, thanks so much for watching. And on a quick note, if you do get out and explore and you're new at it, all I can say is just to exercise caution. Bring personal protection with you. If something feels sketchy or unsafe or dangerous, it's okay to walk away. Let someone know where you are and just use common sense. But more importantly, enjoy yourself, enjoy nature, and get out and explore your world. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you real soon in the next video.